Hi, I'm Auriel Grace from A Gang of Girls Radio. I'm the author of Haunted, a Psychic Story. And I wanted to talk to you today about hauntings. And it's because I went to New Orleans this past week, and I happened to be down on Tulane Avenue in New Orleans, Louisiana. And on Tulane Avenue, there are some hospitals and there are other businesses there. Um, and there are some buildings that are not occupied or have not been occupied for a while. And so as we were walking across the bridge to into the hospital, I've noticed this building quite a few times. I have the picture up on my Facebook page, which is A Gang of Girls Radio Facebook, and it's you can't miss it. And there's a picture of the building, and then there is a picture of one of the streets, like going down one of the streets. So this building, I believe, was either the teaching hospital or it was a hospital, and it's very haunted. And it's very creepy. Like when you walk across the bridge to the new hospital from the parking lot into the new hospital, you can see it, and it will pull at you. Like you can't help it. You'll turn around and look at it, and it gives you the heebie jeebies. Anyway, um, so what I would thought I would do is like spread the word. If you have a place in your home town that you believe is haunted and that does kind of wreak havoc, because when we have those types of hauntings in our communities, what happens is the density of that haunting kind of spreads out, right? It spreads out and it creates havoc for everyone in that area. Just like this place is really haunted, kind of. And in the area of the hospitals where there should be light and hope, um, there is a lot of homelessness. There are people sleeping under the I-10 in tents. There's a lot of drug addiction, and there is a lot of crime down there. Um, and that type of energy, like a haunting, can like make that type of energy bigger, right? So, and I used to go when I lived in different areas. I would go and find the places, or they would find me, the haunted places, and I would clear them. I would just clear the area, clear the houses if I could. Um, and so, like, we've cleared graveyards, churches, homes, open areas, and the reason why I've done it is not because, like, yay, gonna have fun. I don't really like doing it because mostly I'm a chicken. And so, but I will do it in order to help raise the resonance of an area. So, I used to do it quite a bit. Since I've lived here in Florida, I kind of took a break. And I've been relaxing a bit, but I thought I might as well get back on the bandwagon. And so I'm asking you too to help out. So if you don't have a place in your community that you can send light to, or that you can help, you can focus on. You can look it up on Google Maps. You can look up Tulane Medical Hospital. I think that's what it's called. It's the Tulane Hospital. It's on Tulane Avenue. If you could just send light or see the light going out over the whole area of Tulane Avenue up to I-10. Um, I'm asking people on Facebook to do it and all social media. So only to, if we can hit it with enough light, maybe we can break up some of that energy in the haunting, and some of those spirits will realize what's going on and they'll leave. Now, one of the questions that I get a lot is, why don't spirits just go when they go? Well, because sometimes they don't think that they deserve to go. That's the biggest thing I've run into when clearing houses is that the spirit doesn't believe they deserve to move to the next plane or the next place of existence. Um, they feel like maybe they were a bad person or they did bad things, and so they stay. And so sometimes you got to talk them into leaving. Some people stay because they love the people that they are around. They love their home. They love it. And so they stay because they want to be in the energy of it. And those spirits really don't bring down the resonance. Those spirits are there to help. And those spirits stay to, just be with their family and friends. So eventually they will leave on their own. Once they've seen that everybody's okay, they'll leave on their own because it doesn't, like, the way never closes for them. They just forget that there is a way. And so sometimes you just need to remind them that, hey, you can go and you can come back anytime you want. And it's fun for you, right? So, but there are some really dense haunted areas. And as I was driving to Louisiana and then home, I realized that there are a lot of dense areas and there are a lot of haunted places. You wouldn't believe, like, there are more haunted places than what you probably think. Yeah. So, what I'm asking right now is, because it is so dense down there right now, and there is a lot of craziness going on in the world, but I would like to see if we can lighten up Tulane Avenue in New Orleans, Louisiana. That's my focus. And I'm going to probably be doing a series of these videos of lightening up areas, only because I do feel like it can help our communities. Because right now, just in the United States alone, we are having so much craziness, so much violence, car accidents, people just acting nutty. And part of it is because of the pandemic and people have been staying home. So when they get out, they go kind of crazy. But what I would like to do is start helping to virtually clear areas, and hopefully lighten up some of these areas so that there isn't so much violence. There isn't so much drug abuse, alcohol abuse, any kind of abuse. If we can lighten these areas, it will help. Right? Yeah. All right. So things to do. Here are some things that you can do, especially if you live in a haunted house. First, if you're living in that haunted house and you don't want to live there anymore, but you have to sell it in order to move, you can get some obsidian, and I call it planting. Take some tumbled obsidian, and they don't have to be very big, and obsidian isn't that expensive. You can get it on Amazon. Just look it up. Tumbled obsidian stones. They're usually about this big. I have a huge piece of obsidian. It's in my living room. I keep it there all the time. And this is why. Because obsidian, what it will help do is it'll help break up the energies so that the spirits will go, oh, what am I doing here? Like, why am I here? So what it'll do is it'll break it up. So take those pieces of obsidian and bury them around your house first to break up the energy. And then take salt, kosher salt, put it in a glass dish. Okay, make sure that it's glass or wood. Take the salt, put it in a community area. Okay, and if you're having problems, like you have specific rooms that you're having problems in, take the salt, put it in those rooms. The reason why we use salt is because it absorbs sorrow, anger, frustration, and like violent tendencies. So we want to bring that salt in. It'll absorb that. All right. Don't use sage. Don't burn anything. And the reason why is this, is that if you're dealing with a spirit that the fire or the smoke will annoy, all you're going to get back is annoyance. All you're going to get back is like more haunting. It's going to intensify. So you don't want to bring in that type of thing at this point. Sage was used after you've got the place cleared. Okay, so if you want to sage the place, wait until you've cleared the house, because you may create more havoc with the sage. All right? Okay, so after you've got the salt down, you've planted your obsidian. Make sure that whenever you come into the house, that you are like filling the house up. Visualize it with light. Visualize the whole house lit up. Okay, you want to do that because, again, what you're doing is you're breaking up density, you're breaking up the haunting. Okay, and then you can invoke the Archangel Michael and the Archea of Faith to come in, guide, guard, and protect you while you're in the house, and assist with those spirits leaving the house, because that can help as well. If you have something going on in your home where it smells, you're getting scratched or hurt, things like that going on, you may want to get a hold of a Catholic priest and have them come out and clear the house, bless the house. Okay, and the reason why I say a Catholic priest is because when they're ordained, they're given certain like virtues or gifts through their ordainment that assists with the removal of spirits in houses. Make sure they are a true Catholic priest. So like go to a Catholic church and talk to a Catholic priest. Not one of these guys running around saying that, yeah, we're priests and we can clear houses. I'm an ordained minister, but I don't have the same kind of juju as a Catholic priest does in clearing houses with major density. Okay? So have them come in and bless the house. See how the house feels after that. Once your house is cleared, or the building is cleared, it's going to feel kind of weird. It'll feel clinical. Like you walk into a really clean hospital. It's going to feel like that. And it may not even have a smell, because spirits have certain smell. And so you may feel kind of funky and weird in your house for about 3 days, maybe to a week. And then after that, you'll start to feel the rhythm, the natural rhythm of the house. And it's okay if you need more than one clearing. I have gone back to places where we cleared a layer and then we waited. And I always say this, let's wait for a week and see what happens. Okay? And then I'll come back and I'll see what I can do next, And so sometimes it has to be done in layers. Sometimes places just need to be left alone. People just need to move out of them, and maybe even the home needs to be torn down. Sometimes that helps with spirits leaving as well as the house being torn down. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but sometimes there's a spirit there or an elemental that's been there since before the house was built. And so you may want to look into like the history of the home, the history of the land, who has bought and sold it, and how many times has the house been bought and sold. I know that in some states right now it is illegal to sell a haunted house without telling the buyer. I'm not sure what states they are, but there are states that are putting in that law, because there's too many people buying houses that are beautiful, and they're lovely, and it's the home of your dreams, and then you move in and it's a nightmare, right? You might want to check out Keith Linder here on YouTube. He rented a beautiful house, and they moved in. They loved their house, and crazy started happening. And he had a lot of people come in to try to clear that house and investigate the house and try to figure out what the heck was wrong with the house. He even leased it a second time so that no one with like a family would move into that house, right? Because of the crazy going on in that house. And so he finally did move out of the house. He moved into an apartment and he's still being haunted. So you can check him out, Keith Linder, on YouTube. And you know, some people think that, oh, it's so cool, but really it isn't that cool to have that going on, especially if you have a family with children, because sometimes we live paycheck to paycheck and there's no way we can move, but we have to resolve the issue. So if you have an issue with this and you need assistance, you can let me know. You can email me at agangofgirlsinc@gmail.com. If I can't help you, I know a lot of people that can help you, and they will help you in a good way and give you honest opinions or truth so that you know how to strategize for living in the house or moving out of the house or building, whichever, because I've seen lots of haunted buildings, hotels, corporate office buildings, all kinds of stuff. So especially high schools are, crazy stuff happens in high schools. So I hope this helps you. I am going to go more in depth about hauntings as we go on through the summer, because that's when we're visiting places and we're out and about, and it seems like the pandemic is lightening up a little bit so we can get out and about. But ways of protecting yourself, so if you do end up in a haunted place, you can recognize it and protect yourself so that you don't get a hitchhiker or an attachment, somebody following you around. So if you could help me out though, visualize a 2-lane avenue in New Orleans, Louisiana, filled with light. And maybe we can get that neighborhood a little bit cleaner and help the people that live in that neighborhood. Okay? All right. And if you have a neighborhood that you would like light sent to, let me know. You can let me know. agangofgirlsinc@gmail.com. You can follow me on A Gang of Girls Radio and on Facebook, or Auriel Grace on Instagram. See you there. Have a wonderful week. Keep your hearts open and align with the energy of love. Bye.